Houston fans, it has been a busy Sunday. Right before Father's Day, we have gotten some great news, some sad news, and all in between. Zach,
I don't know what the fuck you're talking. Ain't nothing. I know. Ain't nothing sad, bro. Oh,
the departure of Forrest Whitley has come to the Houston Astros. He has been DFA'd. I know we are devastated to see a first round pick being wasted.
I
And
feel like I'm a diehard Astros fan, bro, and I'm like one of the more knowledgeable people on it. And when you said it to me earlier, it's like I literally just went ha and just went about my business, and I don't give a shit. It's so inconsequential to me.
it's one of those things where like the joke aside, that's the probably I'm gonna miss the joke of Forrest Whitley jokes more than I'm gonna miss him himself. Um,
Because he was never there.
yeah. And also, like, we're being honest. Like, anybody that's like, "Oh man, Forrest Whitley's gone. This is unfair. This is not." He's had multiple chances.
Yeah, like 8 years worth. Like,
Yeah,
let's just keep it a buck, bro. Like anybody who like had expectations of him, like actually contributing to the team, or you had expectations of him to do anything, I would be willing to bet that your school bus was smaller than mine. Like, I, I don't even know why he was there.
I mean, I love it. Dana Brown said we have a rotation already. We have guys. You aren't on this team. You're not contributing to what we feel is Astro standard. Bye. Like,
The Astros coaching staff and front office is on a mission to piss people off, even our own fans. They cussed out umpires. Dana cussed out GMs and coaches, and now they're like, "Fuck our own fans! Like, we don't care who y'all want. Like,
yeah. I mean,
they gotta go. They gotta go."
most of our fans though, they were pretty content with it, which I was kind of surprised from the way that like it is.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
just bring somebody up who's going to be a little bit more solid. Like they called a starter up today just so we can know if he don't start, stay up. You know, you could use that spot for a pitcher like Van Way or one of those other guys. You know what I mean? Because like you got to find another hand out of the arm out of the bullpen, like your first reliever out to help. Because right now he's taxing the shit out of Dubin, and he needs some help. Brian King's been pitching innings; he needs some help. So long, Whitley. You got to go.
yeah. I mean, there was fans talking about we should have traded him. We should have done this. Like, why not one more
You
chance?
DFA'd him. You have 7 days to do any that. You could trade him. You could cut. You could still do shit with him. You can. So it's not set in stone. We're getting nothing. But like, who wants him? Who gives a shit? Like, we have bigger fish to fry. I don't have time to worry about the worm on the bank.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not too mad about it. Astros are doing good. They're still in first place of AL West. Rotation, a little shaky today, but it happens. We won the series in Cleveland. That's all that matters.
Word.
Uh, I said there's other problems like you said on this Astros team. They're not like dire problems. I mean, getting like your pitchers back healthy after the Renel Blanco thing is
Yeah.
way more
I'm just.
important.
That's my thing. Is what's the deal, with Eric Getty?
Yeah. So last thing I saw was a report last week where he said he was getting ready to throw, but they're doing the Yordan Alvarez slow and steady
Listen,
approach.
Linda. Listen. I know I'm going to catch heat for what I'm about to say, but I don't give a shit. I don't value you like I do Jordan. Like, I don't feel like I need to baby you. If you could give me quality starts, I understand the risk of hurting you again. But because we have a lead, I'm willing to risk Arrighetti between now and the trade deadline just to increase the lead of the division, if that makes sense. While I got my foot on the gas, I'm going to have as many people as I can help me push that bitch to the floor. And we obviously know you're going to do pretty well with Fromber and Hunter. I never in a million years thought I would utter these words. I'm not scared when Lance starts. So that's 3. If Arrighetti gives me a quality start, that's 4. So
It's just interesting because like I'm no doctor, but a broken hand. I mean, the last thing they said is he's on the long road of recovery. So it's like either we have doctors that are misdiagnosing stuff, or we have they're just keeping stuff at surface level, and there's really other problems like the Jordan Alvarez thing, Kyle Tucker thing last year. Like they're like, whoa, we're gonna give you what you want to hear, and then we're just gonna wait until we're asked again about it.
Yeah. I mean, to me, the thing is it's not even the whole hand. It was a finger, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. It was like one of his outer fingers or something.
So, like, speaking from someone who's fucked their hand up pretty bad, I had reconstructive surgery on my, like, I was back to being pretty normal at like 7 weeks. And by normal, I mean bench pressing some heavy shit in my hand that had rods in it. And it's been like years since then, and I have no repercussions. So, like, bro, come, pedal those fastballs, boy. We need a fucking quality. We need a starter.
Yeah, because he was talking more about like I'm gonna be ready for the pennant. Like it was a question they asked him, so it's not his fault
So,
fully.
so really, what he's saying in that statement is he's ready to be at 100 post All-Star break.
That's what it sounded like from the question they asked him. Yeah, so
I don't hate that. I mean, I'm not saying that my train of thought was correct. I'm just saying I don't. If we were playing the show, I would have brought him back. But
I don't know. I think for them, I guess the Ronel Blanco injury. I'm guessing what's happening on trade talks of what's going on and everything because my gut tells me there's going to be a trade. I don't know what.
There's no doubt in my mind there's going to be a trade. What they're trying to figure out is to what severity do we have to trade? Do we have to go after something elite? Can we get by with something good? You know what I mean? And it gives you a better idea of what you could part with. I think that's what Dana's trying to figure out. Meaning, like, do I need to go get a number 3 starter or a number 5 starter? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think that's one thing fans don't realize is Dana and Espada can have their list of players. These are who we want. But then what is these teams willing to give up? Because there's still teams in playoff races and all those things. But then also, what is the cost of getting these guys? So,
but that's why I told you earlier when we signed the catcher, it was like, okay, like 2 seasons ago when Maldi was gone, we thought we needed a catcher. Like, we thought we were down and bad. Now you kind of have a surplus at him. Yonner, Caratini, Cesar, Salazar. Then the dude we got today, Omar, whatever the hell his name is. It makes me feel as though they're willing to part ways with one of those other catchers if they need to go get that pitcher, which is why maybe that's why they're showcasing Caratini. Like, what if they traded Caratini at the trade deadline for a good ass pitcher?
I mean, for a pitcher, I would understand, but I'd still be a little upset because I like Caratini's grit. I like what he does. He's a little clutch. Yeah. There's something there that he does where I'm like, nah, I need that, bro. Like, he steps up.
But here's the thing, and this is not a knock to Caratini. I've been a fan of Caratini since he got here.
Yeah,
probably more so than anybody in the beginning. But there's one thing that's evident to me is Caratini does exceptionally well with pitchers who already know what the fuck they're doing. He don't make pitchers too much better, in my opinion. Meaning, like, Maldi could turn Diamond out of shit, and I haven't really seen Caratini be able to like develop a pitcher like that.
Yeah,
but the guys who know how to throw with Caratini are pretty good.
Yeah, he's gonna make sure to box it where it needs to. Whereas Maldi would be like, no, I got it. It's like, yeah. Now, there's a part of me. I remember we drafted a catcher also later we just drafted one, so he's gonna be there. So Caesar,
I'm gonna be honest, I would be willing because Yonner's so young and Caratini's not old at all, but I think he is gonna be a free agent. I could see Salazar or Caratini getting traded. My instinct says Salazar because it makes the most sense for the team, but because of Caratini's contract, which I believe we only signed him for 2 years, makes him a trade thing, object. You know what I mean?
Yeah. which is, I mean, it's interesting because then you get like Pedro Leon's name always comes up. You got other people in the Shea Wickham been balling AAA, so it's
Both
like
of those are guys that's what I'm thinking is like, okay, you have your shortstop and third base field for 5 years if you want it. So I don't care about that, right? I don't think that Wickham's gonna go play second because he just defensively can't cut it. But then you think about it, he's not as bad as Altuve, and he's doing it. So do you keep Wickham for that? Or do you keep Jacob Melton out there and bring one of them other fools like DeZenzo back to the infield?
Yeah, when he gets back from injury too. So.
Yes. Because I don't hate what Melton does.
No, he just can't bat worth of shit. But July's his hottest month.
But he's just got up there. I imagine it being difficult. I'll tell you this, though, what I would like to see. I would like to see Melton, Cam Smith, and Dubon throw to home from center field, from the warning track. I want to see who's got the biggest arm. Because those three motherfuckers could rip it. I want to see who's got the biggest arm of the three.
Yeah, I think with Jacob Milton coming up and doing okay, I mean, like you said, he just got up here, so you got to understand it's a different skip. But I think that's where it becomes like Shea Wickham and those guys become expendable in there because we know how we feel about our farm system. It's like we care about it, but it's also
but doesn't it feel like DeZenzo, Melton, and Cam? Now that Cam and DeZenzo are primarily outfield, they're the same three prospect.
Yes.
See what I'm saying?
So somebody's getting the.
And I would feel stupid to add, like logically, it would be like, hey, maybe you could put Paredes at second base to see if Cam wants to go back to third. But at this point, that'd be retarded because he's excelling in right field.
And Paredes is on fire, so I don't want to touch him for shit.
Exactly. So then Jake Myers deserves to be your center fielder.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. If you ask the big time used people, we're gonna retrade for Alex Bregman and bring him back.
Oh, no, I'm good on that.
That's the articles. They're like Astros need him back. I was like, no, we don't.
I'm good on that.
It's like we got Paredes. We're fans of you, Isaac Paredes. I guess moving to another note of injury proneness. Houston Texans are going to sign Nick Chubb if he passes his physical. Houston Texans fans are ecstatic, claiming Super Bowl.
Well,
two-headed monster.
We'll see. I mean, I'm a Nick Chubb fan. I told y'all before. I thought he was that was a nasty ass knee injury. I remember watching it. I thought he was the best runner of the football the NFL had. Like he could just play running back. And I mean, as our number 2, I don't hate it. It's better than Dameon Pierce.
But is it fair to Dameon Pierce though?
Fuck. How many years does he have to show up not knowing his job before it becomes unfair to us as fans?
I just laugh because it's like when OTA started, Dameon Pierce got reps with the first team, and people are like, "This is what he needs right here." And I'm like, "It's only because Mixon's hurt. It's only because the guys behind him are rookies." I was like, "That's it. Like that is it." I was like, at this point, Dameon Pierce, bro, I don't have no I have nothing for you.
You are a one-trick pony. You are a short yardage back, and you don't even hit the holes you're supposed to. So, I mean, you're right. Nick Chubb and Mixon, they're a little bit older, but they're going to show up and do their job. And if they can sustain a running game, come on with it. Because I would rather have CJ with short down yardage possessions than fucking wasting first downs again for negative running yards. Because if we're being completely honest, Mixon wasn't as good as his numbers indicated last year.
No. There was games where his numbers were so inflated, but then when you look back at it, it was missed holes. It was some questionable running. And I get the O-line was fucking terrible, but also some of those were his fault also. Like,
Yeah, it was one of those things where he'd have five rushes for 6 yards, and then the 6 carry he'd take it for 27. That shit averages out,
Yeah.
So,
oh, he hit 80 yards. Yeah, but
like I told you earlier, I said I don't know what to expect from Nick Chubb because I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know exactly how they're gonna try to play offense with a new coordinator. But I do suspect Nick Chubb's gonna get it right no matter what, because that's what Nick Chubb does. And two, I believe his value is gonna come all at once. Well, he'll like, oh, Mixon's hurt, insert Chubb. You know what I mean? And he has like a good month. I'll take it. Come on.
It's all about inputting players when you need them, matchups, all that fun stuff. And if they're both healthy, you have what you've been asking for pretty much.
And, it also depends on the offensive line. It's the third year in a row you're starting the season with a different O line. Tunsil's not here anymore. We don't really know who's going to start where, to be honest, on that O line.
How are the rookies going to come in and they're going to be like, oh, nah, bro, you taking my spot? Nah. And
you brought in vets. It's like, is Cam going to play left tackle well? Is the other dude that came from the Patriots? Is his knee going to hold up? Because you could on paper have the talent there to have a good O line, but
yeah,
I gotta see it.
When there's another grown man,
I trust Caserio though.
Yeah, that's the thing. If Caserio, there was mutual interest between both of them earlier this morning. They were saying they were interested in it, and then for it to pretty much manifest 7 p.m. our time, where it was like, hey, we're gonna invite him in for a physical. If he passes, it's good. It's one of those things where it's like, all right, bro, I trust you, Caserio.
Just think about it like this. If, and I don't like to do this because I think we fucked up a lot doing this with Dave Cully. Not Cully. What was the little coordinator we just fired? The little white dude. Slowick. Is where we would comp him what he did a lot to the 49ers. But just say, for instance, that Nick Caley comes in and runs an offense like what they do for the Rams, where he came from, right? I could see Nick Chubb in that in that Kieran Williams role, where he's sustaining the drive, he's on the ball, everything. This is what he did before, so I could see why he would want him.
You're giving him, if healthy, you're giving him 2 running backs that can do 2 different things, but still at a pretty high level of it with CJ Stroud that you're pretty much giving the keys to the Cadillac to. You're like, right.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much what we've gotten from.
You're going to get tight end play. They absolutely refuse to believe a tight end coach comes in to be an offensive coordinator and don't use a tight end, because we didn't do it at all last year.
It's like Don Schultz.
Yeah. And then you got somebody like Christian Kirk, who's a slow ass receiver, who's pretty much just fast tight end. So I can see them getting them linebackers off the line and doing some shit. I'm cool with it. If he don't pan out, man, cut him after camp. Who gives a shit?
We do it all the time. Remember whenever I manifested what's his name?
Marlon Mack.
Oh, Marlon Mack, and then last year I manifested Cam Akers.
Cam Akers, you sure did.
Who knows? I was like, he did okay at some games.
Yeah, hey, he did better than the other fools, to be honest with you. Then
he did so good. We traded him to Minnesota. It's like,
that's true.
It works out.
And then we ended up trading their pick back to him for a sorry old lineman. So you might have got screwed. It's your fault, bro.
It's my fault. I'll take blame for it. Never mind. I forgot about the other trade. Damn you, Cam Akers. Well, when one injury-prone player leaves Houston, we gain another. But
whoa. You can't call Nick Chubb an injury-prone player, because that was a freak deal.
No, it was. I will sacrifice Forrest Whitley for Nick Chubb to have good knees.
Hey, think about it like this. Like when KD and all them hoopers would say, like, when they tore their Achilles or whatever, they're like, it literally took like 2 years to feel yourself again. They're like, they were so scared to play at first, and then they had to fill it out. Well, Chubb got playing time last year at the end of the season. So he got to fill it out on somebody else's time. Maybe he comes back really good.
That's true. Because he did have some. I mean, it's football. He took some hits. He did some.
There
runs.
was times last year where he was finishing the game with like 10 rushes for 4 yards, but he had touchdowns. So,
it's like I'll
there's
take
your
it.
goal line back.
Yeah. Like give it.
Or you could literally be in those short like goal line situations where you're like, you know what? We're gonna run 2 receiver sets with 1 tight end and 2 backs. I'm gonna put Chubb and I'm gonna put Mixon on the field together. So I'm gonna make these linebackers, or if they're in a nickel, that star position, I'm gonna put y'all playing me one. Somebody's gonna get the fuck open. And if they're as high on this Higgins kid as they say, we'll be all right.
What you said, 80 plus days?
88 days till the start of the season. 88 days.
Well, Astro fans, we have time to root for them. Texans fans, relax, enjoy summer heat. Until then, OTAs. Good luck to the Texans in these summer OTAs. Because welcome to Houston, guys. It's gonna be even hotter for you rookies. But all in all, it's all love, Houston Rockets. Enjoy whatever you are doing. Cancun, Turkey, Bahamas. It don't matter. Y'all are on off season right now.
Painting your nails.
Yeah. Did his Rodman tattoos and doing P90X.
So weird.
We'll have more of all this stuff as news comes out. Like, subscribe, drop your comments down below.
We'll have something.
Oh, yeah.
Something.
We got it.